tip this morning. I thought I would do a quick how to take care of your negative feedback on eBay. I had an instance yesterday which was quite shocking to me because I hadn't had a negative in probably 2 years. And usually when I get a negative, it's not about the condition of goods, or it's usually about, I think the last one was about the size of a handbag. They had underestimated the size of the handbag and said it was a child size or something like that. But it was not a child's handbag. It was actually a Betsy Johnson handbag, and it is small, and it actually was kind of medium by today's standards. But anyway, I got a negative feedback. Well, first I got the message that said the item was damaged, and I inadvertently did not see it. Apparently it was by the crotch. It was a set of pajamas. So it was supposedly by the crotch, a set of men's silk pajamas. And immediately I was going to respond and say, well, I'll give you your money back, keep the item, and it's a $25 sale, so it was quite a bit of money, but it's going to cost me money to have to pay shipping if he were to report it as damaged. So I don't suspect any sinister activity or anything of that nature, but apparently he just jumped the gun on me or something. I don't know, but I look at it. I look at the message, and before I sent it, I said, you know what, I better check and see if he's already put negative feedback. So I did, and indeed he had. And the gentleman or person only had one feedback. So immediately my antennae went up, and I said, I'm going to call. Well, I texted him back, and I said, we could have remedied the situation before you resorted to feedback. I wish you would have let me know. And then in the interim, I reported it to eBay that I thought it was unjust, and didn't hear back from eBay. Of course, it was just within a couple of hours. But then I thought, well, I'm going to call because this is really suspicious to me. In the email, he also said in the email, I hadn't even thought about it, but then I hadn't even thought about leaving feedback at all, but then I saw your thank you card and where you were asking me to take the time to leave positive feedback or whatnot. So that's what prompted me to. I didn't think it was deserving because it had an unraveling of sorts or something on the crotch. And I had not noticed it. I would not. If anything, I have actually repaired items when I discover that they're torn or unraveling in some area, and if it's possible, I have repaired them. I've done that with bustiers and with other items, but I hadn't noticed it. Tells me, but if you give me my money back, I will take off the feedback. So immediately I thought, you know what, this is extortion. So I called eBay, and now eBay has, there's an area where you can go and you can try to find your question, and if you don't find it, you can still continue and state your question in a comment. So I did that, and then they gave you a quick one-time code to call them. You call them on this number, and they give you like a 5-digit code. You enter it, then they pass you through to a live person. And that person was very sweet, very nice, and he said, I can tell that you have been with us for close to 10 years, and your feedback is impeccable, so I will immediately remove that negative feedback, and you should see it gone from your account within 15 minutes. So that's my little advice to you guys. If you ever feel that you're being extorted for feedback, and these can come very subtly or blatantly. Sometimes they can say, because this has happened to me once before, about 5 or 6 years ago, they can say things, well, if you give me half of my money back, I won't put negative feedback. Or how actually did she state it? I think she said, oh, before I put feedback, I wanted to let you know. All of these little nuances really do add up to feedback extortion. So this is my advice to you today, guys. Do not fall for it. I am not the kind of person to fight for a refund. I would have gladly given him his money back, but I really felt like it was more of a vendetta. Because he also mentioned that he had that he had bought thousands of dollars worth of clothes and never had this happen to him before. And then somehow or another, when I went back and looked at the feedback, his other account popped up, and I'm not going to mention him by name, but he's got a huge store with tons and tons of clothing, men's clothing. So I don't know what his game was, but I'm glad I took care of it, guys. And like I said, don't don't sit and just take it. If you can, make that phone call to eBay and explain to them and read between the line of those messages, because when they reply that way or respond in that manner, it is feedback extortion, and that is against policy. And there is an entire section on eBay that explains what is considered against policy and what is okay. So be sure that you are in tune with that. All right, guys, well, have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. It is Friday today. Fabulous. One day of work today. One day of the weekend. I'm here alone. Nobody's even here. Nobody has showed up. The school is pretty much dismal today. No attendance. It's crazy. But anyway, guys, so have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
You don't know what it means to win.